yeah, this is the Threeway Podcast once again. This is Aaron.
Mike.
And Steven. What's up, guys? How's it going?
This week we're introducing our buddy Steven, who has so kindly decided to jump in with us this week.
Yeah, I had a little free time, just got off work, kind of zipped over here quick, wanted to see what this is all about, so...
Yeah. We couldn't have Chris, Russell, or Sean join us this week. They're all busy, not being as cool as us, so... That's just kind of how it goes.
Yep, they're all busy with whatever the hell real life is.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I abandoned that so many years ago. So let's do a few plugs first, because we've been meaning to do those for a while and kind of been forgetting. First one, McGee's comedy show we could probably plug a little bit real quick.
Right, yeah, McGee's.
Oh, yeah, I know a little bit about that. It's, are you talking about the ones he does Monday night, or is he doing something else?
As far as I know, it's just the Monday night one, unless he's done something new since then.
Well, yeah, every Monday night he goes down to the Yacht Club, does it. It's $3 to get in. The show starts about 10:30. So they'll play a little music every once in a while. A lot of great comics out there. A lot of up-and-comers and first-timers out there, so you see a lot of amateurs and a few good ones, too. So it's worth checking out for $3, I'd say. The beer's cheap, too. It's usually $2 beers.
Nice.
So if you want to drink a little bit, have nothing going on Monday nights, check it out.
I've been to it at least once, and I did have a pretty good time checking it out, so
yeah.
I'll have to go again one of these days.
Yeah, it's really fun when you got a pretty packed crowd in there, and sometimes it'll be really packed, and sometimes you'll have a decent crowd, but either way, a lot of cool people to chat with. So
and anyone who doesn't know, McGee is Sean.
Yeah. well, no. If they watched Podcast 2's video, they actually put a picture that says McGee approved, and it has his picture. So.
But still, it says McGee approved in a picture of a guy, but they still don't know it's Sean.
It's like the old Nintendo approval seal of quality back in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
Who is this guy?
I want that symbol up on every video if there's something that he approves of, so... But, yeah, so Manga Central. It's for people who are interested in manga. Pretty much if you write manga, draw manga, or like to just go over manga and edit a little bit. Anime too, if that's your thing.
Or really, if you just like reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much anyone who's interested, you should check out the site. It's called mangakacentral.proboards.com.
Now, what is manga exactly for people that don't know? I don't really know too much, so...
Pretty much, comics here in America, Marvel, DC, X-Men.
Okay, yeah.
It's pretty much what Japan has for comics, more or less.
Cool.
Yeah. And if you know anything like Dragon Ball Z, for example, it started off...
Oh, dude, I remember growing up watching that all the time.
Yeah,
was it on Toonami or whatever? That
that actually started off as a manga, as far as I know. So, yeah. Most anime usually does.
Manga's pretty much just like a kind of comic version of a novel, really.
Oh, okay. So it's like a graphic novel, but like from overseas, kind of.
Yeah. And they got some pretty good stuff in it. Like, I think one of my favorites is still Death Note, and then another one's Soul Eater. Those are both pretty good.
Yeah, and people might know those from the anime, but of course it's manga to begin with.
But that's the kind of stuff you're into. You should check this site out, because they have a lot of good fans on there. A lot of people who want to pull their towns together to make some cool stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of like a soundboard for ideas and stuff, basically. Check it out. It's like a forum. Is that what it kind of is?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and I'm one of the moderators on it, so I'm kind of helping keep things organized there. Not very well, of course, and then this guy's actually a moderator, too. So.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this a site you guys made, or you kind of just...
No, actually, a friend of ours made it. A friend of mine, and... he's been pretty cool with us helping him out on it. So.
Oh, awesome.
Although, really, it's only the three of us that are really really active so so
it takes time, man. You gotta let it grow, and it's not gonna happen overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take time, but we're getting there. So, yeah. How's your guys' week been going?
Well, hey, you almost forgot. Project Zomboid.
Oh, right. Okay, so last week, during the Greenlight discussion with Chris... we did talk about a few games. One of them was called Project Zomboid, and we totally skipped that one.
No. We did mention it. We just never went over it.
We mentioned it, but we dismissed it as not being a serious game because the name sounded ridiculous. And we would have publicly apologized for that because...
It did look pretty nice.
We looked at it afterward, and it actually looked like it could be kind of fun. And if you haven't checked it out, despite what we said last week, you should totally do it now. In fact, stop this video and check it out real quick, then come back and...
Depending on how much it ends up costing when they release it, I might actually have to get it.
I'm probably gonna check it out and get it, maybe.
Have they released the price yet on it, or
the only one they've only released the price on a couple of them. I know McPixel just got released, and I know they have a price out for it already. The other ones, I'm not sure what's going on yet.
Okay.
But most of them have a free demo. Like if you have Half-Life, the original game, you can play Cry of Fear, which is one of the ones they got greenlit.
Oh, it's kind of like promotionals, and if you like own games, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they're doing that in Team Fortress. I like to play that game from time to time. They got some funny promos in there.
Oh, yeah.
Really silly ones in there. But
I love the newest video they released back in, I think it was July, which had the Meet the Pyro, but then it also revealed the whole Source Filmmaker program.
Yeah, that's pretty neat how they're doing that.
Yeah, I actually tinkered around with it and checked out the tutorials and stuff, and it's really crazy stuff. Like, you can film the whole scene where your character's walking down, like, a path or whatever, and then once you, like, add that film, you can actually go into the scene and then rotate the camera, move it around, have your move the models around a bit. It's crazy stuff.
Well, I noticed, too, like, before, when people made videos on there, it would just be, like a gameplay, but, like, they do videos, and then they'd use a mod kit or whatever to, like, pan the camera. This looks like it actually kind of turns it more into, like, a cinematic.
It does.
Like,
yeah.
the kind of, like, I don't really get how it works because I haven't really made too many movies with it, but it makes it look like actually like you're watching a movie, which is kind of cool. So
yeah, I'll put a few links in the description for a couple of those videos they made from that. It's pretty stuff. Like, they have Meet the Heavy, and they redid it, so the model from the new thing, the mechanical heavy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have him in his place.
Oh dude, I love playing that Man vs. Machine on there. That game, that's fun. That update they did where they added the.
So how is that anyway? Like, how's the co-op for that whole thing?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's only 3 maps, and you can just hop in randomly like a public game, and then they have a thing though where you can spend like 99 cents to get. It's called Man Up, and then it like helps you get items better, and then like your team, if you issue the Man Up card at the beginning, everyone hops in, then you play like the 7 rounds, and if you beat it, you get like a bunch of really good items at the end. So it kind of it's like you don't have to buy it, which is nice. You can play like the free, like they just call it like training mode, but it's basically you can just play for free, and a lot of people do that regardless. You can always find a room in it, but if you spend the 99 cents, you're more likely to find like better items. And as you're playing that too, you also get random item drops even if you're in training mode, which is kind of nice. So like even when you're playing, you're still finding items regardless, like if you're playing multiplayer.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's worth checking out because you're still like progressing, finding stuff randomly, and it's like when you're in multiplayer. So I think it's pretty good, man. It's fun too when you get like 4 people teamed up, and it's like the last round, and you got like $3,000 to spend to upgrade. The upgrades are fun on it too.
Nice.
So
now that 99-cent thing, is that something they added after they made the game free to play?
yeah, it's the game's free to play, and the Man Up's free to play, but then if you pay the 99 cents, you get it's like a ticket they issue, like a virtual ticket, and then the nice thing too is once you complete a round with it, you lose the ticket, so you got to rebuy it. But if you just happen to drop out because you're busy and you got to go do homework or take a crap or whatever, you'll still have the ticket next time you come back in. So it's not like it's wasted.
Yeah.
But you don't have to buy it at all. That's one thing I've noticed. Like they did with that game, you don't have to buy it at all, and you can still enjoy the new game mode they made for it for completely free, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, Valve's pretty good with how they handle their stuff. I like how they've been doing it so far.
So, yeah, it's worth checking out. It actually gives a little more life into the game because the multiplayer gets boring time to time. So, just an extra game mode you can try out. So.
Kind of like what they did with Left 4 Dead 2, where they added all the mutations to it to kind of, spark it up a bit more.
See, I haven't really hopped on Left 4 Dead. What is that? Like mutations, what they add?
Well, for those who don't know what Left 4 Dead is, Left 4 Dead's like a co-op zombie shooter where you just team up with like 3 buddies and kind of just go through it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's zombie survival shooter.
Zombie survival shooter, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, yeah.
It's one of my favorite shooters, but the mutations they added in Left 4 Dead 2 pretty much changed the game types.
It's pretty much just like different mods in the game.
Okay, yeah.
Like you can have a versus mode where it's just have you as 4 players versus people who are playing like 4 different tanks.
Okay, cool.
I've played that before. It's a really glitchy version of it, but it's a lot of fun just to go through a level and just be chased by 4 giant monsters.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun, yeah.
There's one, it's Jib Fest, and everyone gets the heavy machine gun, infinite ammo.
Oh, okay.
And you just run through using that the whole time.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
It's actually a pretty good way to get the achievement for doing all the maps on Expert, because then you don't have to worry about I found that if you do single player with Give Fest activated, you can actually just go through and just mow your way through it all and not have to worry about your teammates shooting you up.
Well, the funnest part for me in that game that they added from the first one, I thought the first one was really great, and then the second one improved on a lot of things.
Although I liked the first one better, just because like the atmosphere and the gameplay just seemed better to me.
Atmosphere is better in the first one. I think gameplay got vastly improved in the second one.
I thought the characters' voices were kind of annoying in the second one too, but
yeah, me too.
At the same time, they improved a lot of things. They added more guns. I like the flame ammo and the explosive ammo.
Yeah.
And the funnest part for me that they added is when like you're in a 4-player game mode and you have like an axe or a chainsaw and you can run up behind a tank and just like hack him to death quick. And that was a rush. Like someone's distracting me, you just come up and slash him quick and kill him. Like that was something really cool I enjoyed doing. I'd always try to get a fire axe and just wait for the tank and like hunt him.
I always like when you try to do that and the tank just turns around like bitch slaps you across the map.
Or throws a car at you.
So you talk about getting the tank with the axe. That reminds me of this achievement you can get Tank Burger, where you all the players have to like kill the tank with like melee.
Yeah, that's what's fun when you all gang up on the tank and just like beat him down quick. That's funny. That's like a rush, man. That's one of the best parts of that game.
Well, I got a funny story tied to that achievement actually. I was playing on one of the custom maps because I had the PC version. You could do that, and the custom map was a fan-made remake of the map from the first game. What's it called? The Blood Harvest.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I was hiding in the bar, and the tank was down below trying to get up on the second level where I was at, and it got stuck somewhere down. I don't know how it happened. I was waiting for like 2-3 minutes, waiting for it to come get me. I'm like, where's this thing at?
Yeah.
So I go down and look at it. It's like it just sitting there looking at me, just trying to move.
Yeah.
And
It glitched out on you. Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well, I'll just shoot it and see what happens. Maybe it'll get unstuck. I shoot it once with like a pistol, I think is what it was. It falls over and dies, and then I get a little bleep that says, "You got the Tank Burger achievement." I'm like, there is nothing even close to me meleeing that happened there.
Yeah, I'll take it though. Whatever.
I'll take it, but that's just weird.
But yeah, it's a really fun game. That's one thing about the first game I like too is they had a lot of really good maps. The first 4 maps that came out.
Yeah, they were really solid.
I mean, the second game had good ones too, but there's the one map where it's like you start running through like a silo plant, and then you gotta get on the elevator, run across the cornfield, and then the second part, like the second half, it's just running backtracking, and it's all flooded out. I thought that was kind of
Hard Rain. That's what
yeah, Hard Rain. It's like I thought that was kind of like, well, that's kind of cheesy.
I did like the rain part though. That part I liked, and I also liked how if you take the health packs and stuff on your first run through, they're not there when you come back.
That.
My favorite part was the factory full of witches. Because if you're not with a coordinated team, you're gonna get fucked up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I mean, if you're good alone, you can just run past them all, and then you just, all right, guys, I'm waiting. You guys are slow.
The funnest thing to do too is sneak up behind them, and then right when they turn around, blow them in the face with the shotgun. What's the achievement for that? I forgot, but it was awesome every time you did that. I think it's like crowned or whatever.
Oh, that's what
crowned. That's what it is. Kill them in one shot with the shotgun right to the face.
I was like when you turn around a corner. Because, like, you hear the witch, and you know it's nearby, but you don't know exactly where. And then you turn around a corner, and the witch is just right there in your face.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're like, oh my god. Yeah,
and then, just the split-second reaction you have, when an enemy's in your face, you melee. So you turn around a corner, witch in your face, you punch her, and then she just rapes you. And then you're just standing there like, oh my god, what just happened?
Yeah, exactly. It's like one hit kill.
Of course, I do like how the chainsaws give you another way to take out witches instantly, because those things just seem to burn right through them.
Although it works better on the wandering witches than the ones who sit there.
I find wandering witches actually are much easier to kill than the sitting ones for some reason.
It's because once you shoot them, they take longer to actually come after you.
Yeah.
Whereas the ones that are crouching, they're just up and gone at you.
One thing I hated that they added to that game, though, was those little midget guys that they called the creepers. Is that?
The jockeys.
Yeah.
Or the jockeys.
Those guys piss me off.
And they take forever to kill, too. It's like, guy that's small, you think it's that hard to take down?
I read something, and I've actually tested it. It's worked twice. I've never been able to recreate it since then. But if you melee them, like just not like with a weapon, but like actually just punch them.
Yeah, like rifle butt them.
Yep. If you punch them in the pelvis, it instantly kills them.
Dick punch kills jockey.
I've done it twice successfully.
Really?
And it worked. Every other time I failed at it miserably, but it's worked twice. I loved it.
I've never done it. I just like when a charger's coming at you, and you just pull out your melee button or your melee weapon, not you pull out your melee button, your weapon, and you just sidestep and you turn as he passes and you just hit him in the face and he just falls over dead but keeps going because he's moving so fast. It's really hard to do, but it is rewarding.
You guys checked out Skyrim?
I did.
Any of its mod kits or anything? I know they added a mod kit a little while back.
I did a little bit. I was going through the tutorial and making a map. It's about as complicated as you'd think it would be. Because you have to place all the pieces and make sure there's.
So you can make like your own maps in it and stuff. The toolkit. That's cool.
Yeah, the Steam Workshop, they've been able to do all sorts of cool stuff with it.
You do kind of have to link it up to a cave somewhere.
Yeah.
Because you can't really just make a cave out of nothing.
And you can make guns and weapons, or you can make weapons too and different things. Because I was looking up a few mods the other night and I saw They had a Legend of Zelda mod with like the hat and
I think
like
I've
the
seen
tunic,
that one.
and they got the shield and the Master Sword. And some guy made dual pirate pistols. That was pretty neat.
They have one. It turns the dragons into Macho Man.
Yeah, I've seen
Savage.
that.
Like that's
That's the best one I've ever seen, man.
Yeah,
and then the Zoidberg mud crabs.
Oh,
I've seen
yeah.
that.
Or the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
and then there was one I got. It just adds like a lot more creatures that actually scale to your level. Because you know, eventually once you get high enough, everything is just weak and.
Yeah, pretty much like one hit kill.
But this one, it does that. It actually helps the dragons be tougher as well. Because, I mean, you play the game and you expect dragons to be tough, but no, they're just wimps.
Yeah.
But this, it adds a whole bunch of creatures, and after I got it, I was just wandering around trying to find some of these guys. And, I found a few, but they weren't really strong.
Like you find them every once in a while.
Yeah.
Randomly.
And then I came across a Stegosaurus. I don't know why, but it was just there. Like
grazing majestically in the prairie.
It was grazing right next to a river, and I'm like, okay. So you know what? I decided, what any rational person would do. I went up and swung my axe at it, and it just turned around and slaughtered me. It just goes.
So they don't mess with the Stegosaurus, man.
Yeah, I know, and I wasn't expecting that.
The gentle giants.
It's like, the first time you attack a mammoth, you're like, what's a mammoth going to do to me? And then it just, like, stomps on you.
I saw this...
If you have to ask, you probably shouldn't do it.
I saw this one cool video mod, because people, they'll make, like, funny videos. This guy made, like, 10,000 wheels of cheese, and then had them all roll down a hill at once. That's pretty cool.
That kind of reminds me of this one video we saw from Achievement Hunter, where they're, like, shooting cabbages like basketballs and doing trick shots all over the different cities. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, they got some. That's crazy what some people make up, like video-wise, and then just some of the mods they make.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember, you guys said you like manga and stuff. In Team Fortress, they made a reskin of the Spy. You ever heard of Lupin the Third?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember watching that show when I was really young. But they made a reskin for the Spy that was Lupin, and then his partner who was a detective, Jigen, and whatever. It was pretty cool. So.
Yeah, I know I didn't watch too much of that show just because. I mean, it wasn't really, something that I enjoyed.
I like that show and Cowboy Bebop, man.
I love Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop's a good show.
That was pretty good.
So, but yeah, it's crazy, man. Some of those mods and videos, but
yeah, gotta say, that's why I like playing on a PC more. You can mod everything,
and it's awesome on PC because everything seems cheaper. And the updates are free. You're not paying $15 for an expansion pack. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it's mostly free.
Well, and cool. If there's a problem with your game, then either the developer will release a patch and, it'll actually get out soon.
Or even, like, the communities.
Yeah, or people will just create an unofficial patch and, sometimes it can take, like, a day or so. I remember I got Dark Souls. And it was alright, but it turns out that someone... within a few hours of the game being released, had already released a patch to make the resolution actually what it should be.
Yeah, it's nuts, man. I mean, some people are like right on. It's kind of like what Microsoft does when they release their operating systems early. They just let the consumers fix it for however long, and then they take the patch notes and the tweaks and the notes that the people found, and then just like professionally fix it too, which is pretty cool.
I did read one thing actually, but now that we're on the topic of mods here. There was a recent article that just came out saying that the DICE, the guys who run Battlefield 3 servers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They have recently banning a lot of people because they have a mod on their games installed for the PC version, as far as I know, where it enhances their brightness and changes the color of their game a little bit. They're banning people simply because they want to make their game slightly brighter so they can see better, apparently.
Yeah, so that's, in my opinion, that's wrong. I mean, why not?
That is pretty wrong.
You're going to get more people
It's
buying
not cheating or anything.
Yeah.
That is wrong. Like, I would say don't ban them, but kind of maybe, if they're going to play in, like, maybe ranked multiplayer servers, then, make it be normal, because maybe that lets them see through smoke a little better or something.
Oh, yeah. So why don't they just supply that? So why don't they just officially release a patch so like everybody can? Hey, if you want this brightness, then go for it. If not, then don't. You know.
I'm just against it simply the fact that some people just have trouble seeing things more clear than others, and it's like, a little bit of brightness will help you see it.
It's not like you're seeing through walls or anything, or like have a radar that shows where everybody's at.
But it's like some maps are dark and they're supposed to be, and I mean I personally haven't seen it, but maybe it might make it brighter, and then they can just kind of see all right.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting, man. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I jumped on that article, like, I think it was this morning, actually, that I saw it, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird. I'm surprised it'd go that far with it, especially for PC crap.
Or, like, what I known, too, is, I guess this is a little different, but, like, on Team Fortress for right when it came out. I mean, you could have any mods. You could have a dude as a spy running around as like Santa Claus backstabbing people. But then what they did, like people could see it. But then what they did is they released a thing where if you join like a Steam server, like a Steam powered server, you can still have that mod. Like your guy, like on your computer, you can see it, but everybody else will just see you normally.
That actually happens in Left 4 Dead as well.
Okay.
I forgot exactly what it is.
Is it the VAC system that they have?
Which I think
type cheat.
It's kind of, you can see it, which is cool. It's like, I want this mod for my spy, so when I get on and play, I want to see my spy as Santa Claus, but it's like, it doesn't matter if everybody else has to see it, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
Which I think is fine, too. It doesn't really hinder gameplay or anything. But
I don't mind mods that affect gameplay as long as, like, you do it on your own server or a local, like, area connection. Because then that way everyone's playing it and they know what they're getting into.
Yeah, or there's a lot of fun joke servers out there too, where if instead of just always having to play like the seriousness, you can just go like goof off for a bit, low gravity and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know that there was some in Left 4 Dead like that, where you could actually go in and like certain, it wasn't always really cheats enabled, but it was modded in such a way that you could spawn the props that they used to build stuff. So you could just plant fences and columns and
create barricades and things.
Yeah, create barricades.
Before Minecraft came out.
Create castles, and I know you used to do that, and you just, it's pretty awesome just with all the various props you can build.
Yeah, because like I know there's a great one on Team Fortress called 242 Furious, and it's like one of the funniest servers I've ever run. They got all the sound patches for like Major Pain. If you guys ever seen that movie back in the day with Damon Wayans, they got like it's a lot of fun, sometimes it's just fun hopping on that for an hour and just joking around, but...
Well, I remember for a while in Left 4 Dead 2, Left 4 Dead 2 it was, we were actually trying out some of the mods on our local, like, connection just to see what some of them did. I think we actually tried to make the game harder just to see what we could get away with. And one of my favorite ones that we checked out was this one where if you kill the witch, every player's screen gets darker. Because it's like a witch's curse sort of deal.
Not only darker, but like actually really dark. Like you couldn't really see
anything.
anything.
And on top of that, when the witch dies, she does have a scream, which summons a horde to you as well.
That's kind of like getting puked on by a boomer.
Yeah. I think we also had. I think I have the mod for the boomer at least, where if the boomer pukes on you, your HUD disappears, so you can't see anything like health or weapons or anything.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
And there was one that I liked where, because you know how when you're going through and usually only like 1-2 witches spawn.
Oh, but did we up the number of witches we could do?
Yeah, this one up to the number of witches and like how often they could spawn, and so you could actually raise it so maybe up to 80 witches, and they'll spawn like every 15 seconds or something.
Oh, really?
And
you mess like the spawn rates on everything.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool. Like mess with how many zombies come in a horde.
Now I gotta ask you guys. You probably hate to hear this, but you guys playing Diablo 3?
I played Diablo 3.
Okay. What do you guys think of it?
Honestly, I liked 2 more.
That's what a lot of people are saying. I never played 2, so like Diablo 3 is the first Diablo experience I've had.
I hear a lot of the forced online play is what's rubbing people the wrong way.
Yeah.
I never really had a problem with it.
Well, I mean, I know you didn't have a problem with it, but I know a lot of people are having issues with it. So.
Well, you're kind of dependent on the Blizzard server being up then, what if it's down?
Well, that and your own connection.
Yeah.
And that's a problem with like online games as far as I'm concerned, where... the world doesn't have a universally equal internet connection. Like, Korea is still miles ahead of us.
Like, if you're a guy living out in a farm, like, 50 miles from town, they're just using, like, old satellite connections where it's, like, pretty much dial-up. So it's like that. Of course their connections can be bad, but they can't do anything about it. So.
Yeah, and I feel bad for those guys, because I know some of those people, like, really want to get in on the action. Like, have some fun, play some games, or just watch some videos.
Yeah, because what else are they doing out there besides farming, you know what I mean? They gotta be doing something.
Gotta watch some porn. High def.
Yeah, you could if you want to go that route, but...
Yeah. Diablo 3, I mean, the story was fine. The cinematics and just the graphics and everything were great.
I thought the story was cheesy, but...
Well, yeah, but I mean,
it's an online,
it's kind of like
no
the
one
same
pays
as
attention
2
to
in a
that.
way.
Yeah.
Like the gameplay was fine, the inventory I didn't have a problem with. One thing I didn't like though was the whole items and how, just the caster classes, their magic damage was also based on their weapon damage.
Yeah. Which
makes no sense because that means, everyone wants a big old two-handed sword that does a ton of damage.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too I noticed, like I figured like if I play the game, like if I was a caster,
You're going to use like a staff.
Yeah, and like if I actually went up to a monster, I could see myself hitting it. Like I was kind of hoping like if I had a two-handed sword, like my swing animation would be different than if I had like a little sword. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But it's all just, if you're a wizard with a sword, you're just doing the same motion, throwing magic with. So it's just like a reskin of a wand, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of rushed. I mean, for how long the game was in development, they could at least added that.
That sounds like Duke Nukem almost.
Yeah, that's a classic, man. Duke Nukem for 64.
I was all right with the skills. You know, that was pretty cool the way they did all those. But then the auction house, it was an interesting idea, but it just, for me, kind of ruined the game in a way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? How did it ruin it exactly?
Because, there's no real reason for you to even try to kill things and find your own loot.
Because they just sell everything there.
Yeah, all you need to do is, just pick up gold, and then you can go to the auction house and just find equipment.
That's what I noticed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of, you're just pretty much farming gold all the time.
Yeah, and, there's actually no real reason to farm items for yourself, because you're not going to find anything that's really good, because you'll just find it on the auction house.
And it was really good. It seemed kind of watered down. Like, I know I used to play an old game on Dreamcast and PC for a while called Phantasy Star Online.
Oh, yeah, I heard of that one.
And then there were certain acts you could go into where you could find certain drops, where this one is like, if you're in Act 1, you're only finding this tier of drops. Act 2, you're only finding the next tier up, and then Act 3, it's just tiers of weapons rather than like, oh, if you go to this certain cave in Act 1, you have a better chance of finding these type of... Like, they could have at least did that. Like, kind of changed up the variety, so instead of people just playing Act 1, 2, and 3, they could actually be in, like, the Caverns of Frost, farming in that Pacific Cavern for... You know what I mean? Like, that's where you look for that specific item you want to try to find. Like, it wasn't... It's all just so randomized and dice rolled to the point where you're pretty much farming gold, and while you're farming gold, you might find, like, a legendary, but you're just going to end up selling it anyway for more gold.
Yeah, because... the thing that they just kind of messed up in Diablo 3, although a patch kind of fixed it, but still not nearly what it should be.
That did improve it, that new one they did. A little bit,
where, like, the legendary items were pointless, because you could just find, regular magic items that are just going to be so much better for you.
Yeah, and it's like...
And the legendary weapons, as far as I could tell, none of them really had set stats, like they did in Diablo 2. You didn't play it, but it's like, there was this Barnar Star, it's a mace. And it always did, like fire, lightning, and whatever else damage. And, had a couple other stats that were guaranteed to be there, just, differing quantities.
Yeah.
Where in this game, legendary items, it's just, it really has a name and a skin, but then the stats are just whatever.
Yeah, and then, like, the new patch kind of added, like, you can get boots that leave a fire trail when you walk, or ice gloves that add more ice damage.
Yeah, like
a few things. It did improve it a little bit, and they kind of scaled down the difficulty of Inferno, so you can... Like, I noticed before the patch, I couldn't get past Act 1, but after the patch, I was playing Act 2 and then, like, beginning Act 3, but I had to have a lot of help in Act 3 because my guy, I couldn't afford any of the crap in the auction house yet.
Yeah.
So it did help, like, getting me back in, but I only played for about a few more weeks until I hit that. You hit this point where you're really not progressing until you, like, sit there for 8-10 hours farming, like, 3 million gold, and even then you're not getting something you want.
Yeah.
It's just a really big grind when it comes down to it.
See, based on you guys' conversation about this, I'm probably not going to get a game just because it doesn't seem like a kind of game I could sit down and be patient with.
The thing is, if you're going to get a Diablo game, Diablo 1 was great.
I have Diablo 1. I just have to get it installed because I don't know if my computer's willing to play it.
Like, sure, it's old. It looks like crap anymore, but...
And I'm playing Chrono Trigger. I'm up for old.
Hey, that's a good game too, man. I just got the ROM for that.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a fun game.
It was still good, and there were actually a couple parts that were kind of scary, like in level 2, because in this one it was just, you start at level 1, work your way down to like 15 or 16. But in level 2, there's the Butcher, which, he's in Diablo 3.
Mm-hmm.
But, in Diablo 3, it's just whatever. In Diablo 1, you go there and, because you have a quest to kill him, and, you know what level he's on or whatever. Mm-hmm. But, there's just this room, and you open the door, and you hear the Butcher, and you're just like, oh, fresh meat. And he just runs out at you, and he's fast.
Yeah, it's like a shock.
It's a shock, and the first time you fight him, he just runs up and starts cleaving you.
Yeah, there's actually like atmosphere, and like you're kind of like you're kind of involved in the game. Whereas 3, it's like, oh, the Butcher, kill him. Hopefully, he drops something really expensive, and I can sell it in the auction house. So.
Yeah, where in 1, it's you're not sitting there farming for drops and stuff. You're just trying to go through.
You're actually playing the game and
alive.
enjoying it at your pace. that's the fun thing. Like Diablo 3 was awesome, leveling all the way up to 1 through 60. Like that was fun. Like every single level, I like how they did that where you always got a new skill or a new modifier to an existing skill. And then once you hit 60, you're like, yeah, it's kind of like the end game. I'm gonna have some fun. Then you kind of hit this like brick wall, and you're just like, oh, what do I do now? I'm getting bored. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting how they update it and further improve it. But I mean, right now it's just kind of you hop in for a while, you hop out for a while. So. But
for you, I'd recommend Diablo 2 over 3. I mean,
I do have that installed. Josh actually borrowed his copy of it.
It's pretty good, and they added in running with stamina, which I liked in that game. Where, like in the first one, it's only walking, which gets a little tedious, when you have to go around town talking to the different people to sell your stuff or buy what you want. Then you go in the dungeon, you're just walking along the whole way, and you're like, why can't my guy run?
It's a dungeon crawler with the emphasis on crawler.
But one of the things about, Diablo 1 was it was really, kind of based on the whole just squares. Like, when you die, all your equipment is dropped around your character, which isn't very helpful for multiplayer.
Yeah, but, people just take your shit then?
Yeah, but single player it's kind of nice because, then it's like your stuff is there and, you go back down. You don't have your stuff because you died. You die, your stuff is gone, your body.
Kind of reminds me how Minecraft works. When you die, all your stuff's just there and then you have to go find it again.
That's another fun game, man. I was playing a little bit of Minecraft on my buddy's computer. That's pretty, can get pretty addicting. So.
I've been actually going through the game a few times now lately, like just starting up different hardcore level games. And hardcore, if you don't know, pretty much when you start that up, you only get one death, and once you die, then you are out of the game.
You just gotta restart over. Yeah, I know they have a feature like that in Diablo 3 too.
And I've been doing that a few times, and I have been very unsuccessful every time.
Oh, really?
Like, the first time I spawned in plains, and I found a village, because I couldn't find any trees to make any tools, so I just ran as fast as I could to find something.
Yeah.
And I found a village. I'm like, oh, cool, village. I'll just hang here, and hopefully I'll find some tools I can use. And then they got invaded by zombies, and then I kind of had to help defend the village and the last 3 people with me. It was ridiculous. And then the most recent one I started, I spawned in a jungle. And the coolest part about that is like you can build a treehouse and nothing can get up there to you pretty much.
Yeah, it's like a little tree fort.
Yeah. And so I did that for the longest time. I ended up making like a garden to like build up like food and whatnot. Had trees to plant so I can make more wood because I didn't want to use all the trees in the forest. That'd be stupid.
Yeah.
And I started digging down below because I needed to get some, stone, coal, iron, etc. And as I kept digging down, I found this nice little patch of coal down there, and I went and dug it away. It's like, oh, hey, there's an abandoned mine shaft on the other side of this wall. That's cool. And it's the first one I've ever seen in the game, and apparently, according to Mike here, they can be anywhere in the world pretty much. And so I'm like, okay, cool, I'm going to mark this, I'm going to come back later and check it out. So I keep digging the rest of the coal out because I'm going to take it all with me before I come back. And I dig out underneath me at this piece of coal, and I fall down into the mine shaft area, and I'm like, shit, I can get out of here before I get killed, because I know there's monsters down here. And
is that like a dungeon, pretty much, then a mine shaft?
Yeah.
There's a lot of good drought.
It's essentially like a dungeon.
Okay.
Like there are caves which you can find, but an abandoned mine shaft, like they actually make it look like like an actual mine shaft where there are pillars for support.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of dug out in a kind of 3x3 thing, and you go through. There's various tunnels branching off. Sometimes it'll go down or
there's
up.
There's probably like really good stuff to mine out of there. And
actually, it's not really there's stuff to mine, like because it just kind of cuts through the world. Sometimes it'll cut through a ore vein, and it's still there. But really, what mine shafts are for is there are chests in there some places, and it's never set. They're just kind of randomly dispersed in there, and they'll have some nice stuff for you. They can even have a diamond or two.
You totally delayed my story here. I'm almost done.
Yeah, I know. But like, you can find pumpkin seeds and whatever. And,
yeah, just random things that are like, oh, you wouldn't find on the surface. Yeah,
and because there are a few things that will only appear in a mine shaft chest. Yeah. So.
Anyway, so I was down there, and I knew I was going to get killed if I didn't gather quick. So I was going to walk around where I marked it because I knew there was like a really close like gap between there and getting out. And I walked no more than like 3 steps before I heard a hissing sound. And if you played Minecraft, you know what that means. So I turn around, I see a creeper, boom. And then all that hard work to get down there.
How long were you playing on that guy?
Yeah.
How long were you playing on that guy?
Probably a good 2.5 hours. So I felt pretty I felt really invested in that too.
That's some emotional attachment to that.
I know.
Sentimental value.
The thing I was wondering is, like, how would hardcore work for multiplayer? Like, can you do that? And
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool,
if
though.
so, like, then what happens if you die? Do you just, like, can you just come back in the server, or
I think
what?
you get booted out of the server, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that'd be interesting. Maybe you just have to like leave and re-enter, and then you just start over. That'd be kind of cool, like having 4 buddies. You know, you have like a server like that, and then for like, you know, it's going for like 3 months. Like, hey, we're all going to be on this time to get some stuff done, and kind of, you know, you set up meetings and do stuff together and make sure you all stay alive. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Like that.
And yeah, it would be cool. Like, if there was a way to set it up where if someone died, then like their house, you know, would just like kind of catch on fire and just kind of, you know, destroy itself.
Or everyone else would just pillage it quick.
And the stuff they dropped, you know, is gone. So then when they can come back, then, you know, they actually have to start again.
Yeah.
I do know one of the projects that we want to work on for this website and whatnot is to incorporate like a video of us playing some Minecraft stuff, like some contests and whatnot. And we definitely need to get more people for a PC version of that, definitely. Because
how much is it right now? Isn't it like $20-$30 on PC? It's not too expensive.
I think it's like $25-$30.
And there's probably like deals every once in a while to do on Steam, I believe, where you can buy
it's
stuff.
not
I
on
don't know, but
Steam
maybe.
yet,
Oh, it's not on Steam? I thought.
Nope. You can only get it through the website, through Xbox, and I think it's it for now.
Although it would be interesting if they put it on Steam, because then, you know, then they could incorporate the whole Steam Workshop and...
But Notch has said he's not going to put it on Steam. I don't remember what the reason was, but I know he said he wasn't going to.
Damn it, Notch. I don't know why. It might be because he likes the updater they have for Minecraft.
Probably.
But I have no idea.
I also know that they're releasing a retail version of it now, where you can actually buy like a prepaid subscription to Minecraft, like in stores and whatnot. Because there's still a market for people who don't want to buy stuff online.
Yeah.
And I know Steam's actually doing the same thing with like Steam cards you can get in GameStop now.
Yeah.
But you can buy a prepaid copy of essentially Minecraft, just plug it into the website, and like, oh hey, I now can play Minecraft without having to buy it online.
Yeah, it's amazing how they're really transitioning from like hard copy CD-ROMs to like virtual spending and everything now. Like even in video games, like you're playing in the game and you can buy stuff for like, you can buy like a weapon for 50 cents in the game to use right away instead of having to look for it. And just how they're really integrating, that's crazy to me.
I was just thinking about that yesterday, actually, like, you know, how far we've come from physical distribution of media to digital. Like, for a long time ago, I mean, you couldn't go anywhere without, you couldn't listen to music without like a CD, and now it's like, oh, you could just download any song you want, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the music industry is kind of what built the whole digital distribution.
Oh, ever since Napster, it just really took off.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Napster and iTunes and all that.
Now on your phone, you know, you don't even need download. You just go ahead, stream it online, bam, you're done.
Yeah, but if you want to like actually have it to like put elsewhere or whatnot, I mean, it's still good.
Yeah, if you want like a copy of it, and
Yeah.
like iTunes is another thing that's really after like the whole Napster thing and the people stealing music and the big issues. iPod and the iTunes has really been a pretty good place to buy music, but a lot of the time, a lot of things I noticed about that is they put like a thing on their music files, so it's really hard to like make duplicates of it. Like you got to recertify.
I've had a lot of issues with like if you have multiple like devices you want to use iTunes on, like you can't copy the same.
Unless they're all Apple devices, it's gonna be perfectly fine. But if it isn't Apple devices, then you're always gonna run into like a little hitch or.
And then I think I heard somewhere like, you know, if you don't want to use iTunes anymore, and so you know you like don't pay for it anymore and whatever, then like I've heard people having trouble with their music then, like they can't really listen to it anymore, even though they already paid for it. It's just because you know they
really
don't want to
weird.
use the iTunes anymore.
Because they like save it as an iTunes file, which that's the thing about Apple. I wonder, like they seem so like adamant about alienating their product from other products.
It's more like digital rights management, pretty much. Like they just want to make sure they hold on to their stuff and make sure no one can just take it or use it in a way they didn't agree with.
Yeah, exactly. But just like it just seems like a lot of things. Like if they would integrate more of their products and services with like PC and other things, I mean, they'd have a lot more people happy and a lot more people buying the products.
Yeah,
so.
and a lot more people would probably, you know, be open to the idea of having a Mac instead of PC.
Yeah, because Macs are pretty solid computers. It's just the price and
the price is ridiculous.
You get those stereotypical people with Macs too. Every once in a while, they're like, "Oh, I jumped from a Mac and I'm never jumping back." And
they're the hipsters that just have
some of them, and you know, there's older folks too, but it's just kind of
and you know, it's like the price, and then the fact that, you know, Mac, as far as I remember, you know, at least the older ones, you couldn't really upgrade it. You know, if you want to upgrade it, then you have to get a whole new one. And if something goes wrong, you know, since it's all just one thing, you can't just send back your piece. Like there's a great picture I've seen where it has a picture of, a PC with all the cords and everything coming out from the keyboard, the webcam, the speakers, whatnot. And then it has the Mac, it just looks nice. There's the Mac and your keyboard. And then it's like, oh, my webcam broke, gotta send it in. And the PC, the little webcam on top of the monitor's missing. For the Mac, the entire Mac is missing.
That's funny.
And
I always kind of compare. I had a guy, I work at this computer shop, and he came in, and he wasn't too tech savvy, but he asked me, he's like, what's better, man, a Mac or PC? And that question everyone asks you. And I was like, well, they're both great products in their own regard, but just look at it like this. Buying a PC is kind of like buying an import tuner. You got a lot of parts from a lot of different vendors, and you'll save a lot of money in the long run, and you have a lot of different choices for what you need to get the job done. But at the same time, you'll probably be spending a lot more time under the hood, making sure everything's running right. Whereas with a Mac, you're buying pretty much a Ferrari. I mean, you buy it right out of the box. It's slick, it's sexy, it runs fast, that's what you want. But if you need an oil change on that or it breaks down, you're going to be paying a lot more money than you would with the PC.
That's a really good comparison, actually. That works, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of all the console wars debate, like which console's better. It's like, it really kind of depends what you're looking for, too,
Yeah, honestly, it fluctuates, too, over the years. PS2 is a great system, and it still is if you have one. I mean, they still have the game base is huge, and
hell, if you have a PlayStation 3 that can still play them.
Yeah, exactly. But that's the thing too. Can you play all the PS2 games on PS3? I know they had a list.
On mine, I think the second generation of it you can, but everything after the second.
And that's the thing that's weird. Why would they get rid of that?
I don't know. It's such a good feature.
Yeah, I have no idea why you would get rid of that, because a lot of people would still have their PlayStation 2 games and don't really want to have all those systems there to play it. So why would you have a system that has backwards compatibility and then next version you remove it?
That's what I really liked about Nintendo.
They say it's to make it cheaper, but I still argue that's kind of bullshit a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I can tell, the whole reverse compatibility would just be, maybe the lens and a little bit of software.
Yeah.
So how much or how expensive would that really be?
Yeah, it wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be too.
I mean, if anything, it'd be cheaper to remove some of the core processors it's not using because it doesn't use all four.
Well, I mean, bottom line, it might be more expensive, but you have a happy customer, they're gonna keep coming back to you. So it's like, I mean, that kind of ticked off a lot of people that had PS2s. They're like, what, I gotta look at like a list online of what games I can play or not? Like, why don't you just make them all like that? Like Nintendo did it, no problem.
Well, I know they've got a new controversy going on with the PlayStation Vita right now, where you can actually port some of your games over from the PlayStation 3 to your PlayStation Vita. The problem is they don't reveal the information on which ones you can actually port over that will work.
Oh, you just gotta guess and check. Really
yeah,
much. It's like
you have to guess and check.
So it's like you'll port it over and then it doesn't work, and you're like, I just spent all that time.
Yeah, and not only that, but there's also the firmware updates, all the download time, the upload time.
That pisses me off. It's not mine; it's your PS3. But every time I notice, that your console is sitting here installing and updating your console and, installing and updating the game, it's like, what the heck happened to, consoles where you just, I want to play this game, you pop it in, hit the power button, bam, you're off.
I just want to plug and play, man.
I miss the cartridge days just a little bit.
And, PC, yeah, I get it. You get the disc, you install it, you play the game. That's how it's always been.
But that isn't a PC. That's a PlayStation 3. It's not quite like a PC.
It's why does it have to
I feel like
sit there
PC game's faster and more reliable than a PlayStation game.
Well, the thing about it is if you have a good computer. If you don't have a good computer, though, it's not fun at all.
And then on a computer, you have all those graphics options, and you can tweak it to look however you want, even if you don't want it to look the best.
But for some people too, like when I first jumped into that, my head was spinning. Like, what's this knob do, and what's that? Like, some people just don't want to take the time to figure it out. You know what I mean?
I started with PC, so it's like all the stuff just kind of is there. I still don't understand all the graphics options, but in general I know a lot of them do.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of figured out, because a lot of games too will make it easier. Like, they pretty much show you, like, if you put your mouse over the shader, this shader will reduce shadows, and this shader will reduce lighting.
Yeah, like StarCraft.
More newer ones are doing that now, but older games you're supposed to just know.
Yeah.
And then after you do it, you do it for a while. You kind of get the hang of it. So
I like how StarCraft 2 did it. You mouse over it and it'll tell you what it does. And then like maybe the different levels that
Portal
you can
2 did
set
that
it.
As well, I remember. So.
And then it'll also tell you like this relies on whatever component, like your CPU or processor, really? Or your graphics card or your RAM, and it's like that's nice to tell you what it is, and then if you have problems, you're changing the graphics.
Yeah, you just
figure
you know
it out.
exactly where to go instead of looking, so having to do it yourself. That's cool.
Yeah.
But
although on StarCraft 2, I was trying to play it again recently, And, I had to update, because, Blizzard games do update
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. Once a week, I believe, for Diablo.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's back when I played Diablo 2. You'd play it a while, and then you'd quit, and then you'd go back a few months later, and you have to sit there for so long, because it's like downloading
Come back
update.
in 8 hours, yeah.
Downloading update, and you're like, come on, man. What's all these updates even do?
Yeah, just fix the little things most of the time. But it's good they update it, though.
Yeah.
So.
But, so did that, and then tried to go in the game. And because I remember the last time, I played it, I could play it just fine, whatever graphics settings I wanted. But some custom games, my computer would start to lag because I only had 3 gigs of RAM.
Yeah.
Which, it's just terrible these days.
It's like you're not keeping up with the pace of technology, man.
Yeah, man, you get 16 gigs of RAM like me.
Everything else in my computer, is just spot on, but my RAM was low, and now, I have 4 gigs. That's all my computer can handle.
Yeah.
Which is still kind of low. My computer's old, though.
Mm-hmm.
But, I went in the game, expecting, alright, it should work, because, that's all I needed back then. No, it ran worse than it used to. Because I couldn't even really go through the main menu doing really well.
It was just sluggish and everything.
Changing the graphics, everything to low, and I was wondering why. And it turns out, though, their most recent patches, 1.5, enhanced the low graphics.
Oh, okay.
It enhanced most of the graphics, I guess, to get it ready for the next expansion, make it look better.
Mm-hmm.
But I also noticed a lot of other people having this trouble when I was looking it up, is that, even on low graphics textures and everything, it was lagging for me, definitely. I was getting 2 or 3 FPS. Frames per second for people who don't know that.
Aren't tech savvy.
And, looking it up, and people with great computers, like computers on par with yours, Aaron.
My Portal computer?
Yeah. 16 gigs of RAM, graphics card, massive processor, everything. They, were getting like the same frames per second I was getting, even on the lowest settings, and that just made me think, like, what the heck?
Yeah, what's going on here?
Like, and you'd think that, they'd pay attention to some forums, like the game developers would pay attention to the forums.
Most do, I believe. But yeah,
to try to tell when people are having troubles. And, some people were saying that they even, emailed Blizzard and whatnot about it, but never got anything in response. And I don't know, like, I would have liked to play StarCraft 2 some more, but...
You're just, like, screwed at this point. I don't even care.
Yeah, because, I waited however long it was to update, and then it had to, I don't know, reorganize the game files or something to help free up some space. Cause
what do you guys think about what do you guys think about the Wii U coming out?
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
In my opinion, just seeing the pictures of the controller, it looks huge, but it might be all right.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fun because it's gonna be a different way to try things out. Like the motion controls didn't work, and the third-party support wasn't there to keep the Wii afloat.
Yeah.
But I'm loving how the third-party developers are lined up to try it out. Nintendo's like, hey guys, we got our development tools here for you. We got this for you. Come on down and try it out.
One of the head guys, I don't know if it was Miyamoto or someone else, came out and said, we're also working on going back to more of the hardcore game aspect. Rather, Wii was more of a casual family console. We're kind of want to jump back into that.
I'm at least admitting that.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully they go back to that, because I thought the Wii had some really weak game line.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would get bored in an hour.
Their first-party titles are pretty good, but everything else was just kind of like...
Yeah, some of them were really good. I know they did a really good Metroid. Didn't they do Metroid Prime on there?
Metroid Prime 3 was really good.
Yeah, like they actually got the pointer system pretty tight on it.
Yeah. I don't know why more games didn't come out like that. That was really good.
Well, a lot of third parties just didn't want to screw with the technology. They're like, we don't got time, man. We got deadlines and budgets, and we can't really sit here and relearn something, you know what I mean?
But what's got me excited is the fact is that they've had a lot of practice with the two-screen concept and touch-screen concept with the DS, and they've been really solid with the DS lineup for years.
See, I haven't really dove into the DS. I kind of quit playing handhelds after Game Boy Advance, which I thought was a really good...
It was good, but yeah, I stopped there too.
Yeah.
Like, I went Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, and I'm done.
Yeah.
Except I did play, like, 2 games on my sister's PSP.
Yeah, I had a PSP for, like,
Midnight
a week.
Club 3.
Yeah, I played
Dub
SOCOM.
Edition, and I played Crisis Core.
Well, I almost crapped my pants, and I was, like, playing online SOCOM handheld, like, with people, but it's like the controls, it was just, like, you lock on, like, Grand Theft Auto and just shoot at them, where, like, the PS2 version was, like, you actually had to, like, move in, like, scope out, prone in the grass, and actually, like, aim and snipe somebody in the head, where this is just, like, you're just running around gunning, like, Call of Duty in a way. Just like, this is getting old, you know. But it's kind of... I'm interested about the dual screen too. So
Yeah, definitely. I already got it pre-ordered. I'm looking forward to giving it a shot.
When's it coming out?
It's going to be coming out November 18th.
Oh, that's right around the corner.
Yeah, they got 2 different versions coming out in 2 different bundles. One's the 8 gig version where it's got the touchscreen controller, Nintendo Land, and it's got, which is like a game coming out with it. I don't know what it is just yet.
Oh, it's kind of like their launch title, like Wii Sports.
Yeah. And then they have the system, obviously. And then the other one's the 32 gig bundle, which comes with all that, plus you get another game with it, I think, or at least where I got it at. Then you also get like a charging stand or something other kind of stand.
Oh, it's pretty much you ready to go.
Yeah, it gets you everything pretty much.
What's the price on those then?
I ended up paying, I think it's $400 in total. Wait, was it $400? I think it's $400 in total with the bundle I got because it comes with a game.
Do you get to pick a game too then? Or?
I think that's what they told me. You get to pick a game.
Cool, yeah, that's a cool deal.
I'm not sure which one to get yet though because there's a bunch of them that look like they're going to be good.
Well, what are the launch title lineups, do you know?
Let me look that up real quick. I actually don't know what they are. I know Zombie U is one of them and that one looked kind of good.
You know, I have to say, I do hope that, you know, I guess you probably can't, but can you play older games on there?
I believe
you can play the Wii games on there, and if you have anything on the Virtual Console, like the Super Nintendo games or whatever, they will transfer over. But you need to have your Wii in order to transfer them over.
But you can't, you know, like play Smash Bros.
Melee, you cannot do that.
Oh, you can't play GameCube. Basically, it's the last system in all the Virtual Console, which is kind of cool. I mean,
I don't like that much because I wish it had the compatibility to go back to the GameCube like the Wii does. I don't see how hard that is.
Yeah.
But for what they're doing, it's still good because you can still get all those classic old games. Just
like especially the virtual thing, like that. Because I know, I had a Guitar Hero game back a while ago, and I had a ton of like extra songs I downloaded. I probably spent like $100. I went and got the next Guitar Hero, and I couldn't transfer any of the songs over. So like, every time I want to play like these 3 tracks, I gotta pop this game in. But every time I want to play these tracks, you know what I mean? It was kind of annoying.
They should have just made it so you could transfer from the older games.
Yeah, I know. It's weird how some of these people don't do that.
Well, you gotta think, like, in one hand, you know, I was gonna say maybe in each Guitar Hero that, you know, why didn't they have all the songs from the previous one, you know, maybe in a different section.
Yeah.
But, you know, then I thought, well, you can't really do that because you have to have all the space for, you know,
that's another thing about consoles.
Like, all the buttons and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a list here. It's on usatoday.com. The 23 launch titles coming out for the Wii U on November 18th. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which I think is a few days after the game comes out for the other 2 consoles. I might rent that one just because I want to see the difference between that and the other ones, but we'll see.
You know, it'd be funny if they actually released it at the same time, but the Wii U console didn't even come out then. That would be pretty funny. Like they're
you can buy the game, but wait 2 days to get the console.
Yeah, like they're releasing games before the console's even out.
Some good lineups here. The games that are sticking out to me are Wipeout 3, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, which would be...
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. I actually saw a video for it where they actually have a mode you can play. It's like a Superstar Super Mario mode.
Oh really?
Yeah, where you can various items and things pop in where your character can walk into a mushroom that's floating around and they'll actually grow giant.
Oh really? That's cool. It's the Wii U edition is what they're calling it.
Yeah, they also have costumes where you can get your character look like Bowser or your character look like Mario, or I think Samus is in there too a little bit.
Is that Darksiders 2 I see in there?
Yep. Darksiders 2 is available. Huh. Assassin's Creed 3 is another one.
Yeah, that's another one that might be good.
Just Dance 4 for those who are into that kind of thing.
Or your Shape Fitness Evolve 2013 if you need to get your workout regimen.
At first I thought it said Just Cause 4 and I'm like, oh my god.
They skipped 3.
Just cause.
Scribblenauts Unlimited, the sequel to the popular DS title, which pretty much you can...
Was that a good game?
I haven't played it, but it looked pretty cool. All you had to do was just put in whatever you want. Like you could type in Cthulhu in the game, and Cthulhu would appear to do puzzles for you to help you solve puzzles. It's interesting.
And the new Super Mario Bros. Is coming out too on launch.
Yeah, that's what I'm sort of tentative about. Like I have been kind of out of the Mario games for a while, because they all play the same anymore. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Well, I thought the one on the Wii that they made was okay. Like
Mario Galaxy was cool, but then the 2D ones just feel like the same 2D Mario.
Yeah, it wasn't as that's the thing. The 2D ones it just wasn't as tight as like Super Mario World for Super Nintendo. Like that was a tight mechanics game. Like they actually sat there.
They must have worked their ass off day and night on that one.
They play tested the shit out of it. You could tell because there's a lot of the levels you could literally just run through, and if you flew up at this point, came down, you'd hit this turtle causing you to bounce up. So you could literally they timed out all the jumps, and if you run a jump from here to here, you're gonna land on this, and that to get a free guy. And
the newer ones, they just don't feel like they really put that much effort into.
Yeah. It's just kind of like, hey kids, play Mario Bros.
Well, except for for the first ones, those those you could tell that they did stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, that's also because they were learning how to program. Not learning to program, but they were learning to see what would work with the people. They wanted to do make sure they had the best impression out there.
Yeah, and then the new 2D one, didn't really have too many secrets compared to like the old ones, like Super Mario, like Mario Brothers 3, and then.
Well, that's the same with all video games. Like Donkey Kong Country, I actually just beat that for the first time last week.
On the Wii, is that a pretty fun game?
I didn't. No, not the Wii one. I actually got the Virtual Console.
Oh
Super
yeah,
Nintendo
Donkey
one.
Kong Country. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Donkey Kong Country, and there's a bunch of secrets in there. Like you have to, in order to get 100% completion, you have to find all of them. I'm nowhere near that.
Yeah.
But there's so many games out there like that where the secrets are just kind of hidden. And there are very few many games out there like that now that you just don't have that.
Because there was like, I remember Super Mario World, there was literally like secret paths that were like worlds in themselves, like how long they were, like 10 levels of just secrets, and then you could get to that like super secret one on Star Road that had the 10 hardest levels in the game.
Yeah.
And if you beat it, it would reskin the whole game for you, which
I mean,
it's like crazy.
I mean, the closest you get now is like Easter eggs, which I mean, they're secrets, but they don't really do anything.
Yeah.
That secrets reminds me. I don't remember what Castlevania game it is.
Probably Symphony of the Night.
But like you can go through the game and beat it, and you'll never know about this.
Yeah.
But that's really only half the game.
Yes,
because
it is Symphony of the Night. I just saw a review talking about that very same thing.
Like you do something, I don't remember what it is you have to do, but you go through the game, and then something happens and it flips over, and you end up going through each level but upside down.
Oh, really?
And like you wouldn't notice it the first time, but like it's actually really each level just flipped because the ceiling is actually another way to play it.
Oh, like then you play. Oh, that's crazy, man.
And it's pretty much just another half of the game.
Yeah,
so.
I never played that game, but I heard like that's a classic. You got to play like Chrono Trigger, or, you know what I mean? Like it's a classic. You got to at least try if you're like a gamer. But
yeah,
the launch lineup looks pretty decent though. I mean,
it's probably got one of the best launch lineups I've seen for a console in a while.
Yeah.
I know all the ones from last generation had kind of a weak or flimsy launch lineup.
Yeah, they weren't that great.
I know the GameCube had a decent one because Luigi's Mansion was a new IP at the time, and that was interesting.
Yeah, that was a good game. I thought they're making a second one too. I believe
they're making that one for the 3DS, I think.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
it looks like it should be pretty fun.
Yeah. That was actually a surprisingly good game though.
There are a few games I wish I could see on this one. Like I'd love to see a Fatal Frame game for the Wii U, just because like using the control as a camera, that'd be so awesome.
Yeah. Well, what's cool too is this little screen on the controller. I remember I was reading up on it a little while back, and like if you're playing a driving game, your main screen's like your windshield when you're driving, and then the screen on your controller is the rear view mirror. So like you'll be driving, you can like look behind you quick, like you're actually driving a car, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I do like that.
I think it'd be cool,
It's one of those little things that like it doesn't really like distract from the game, but it actually enhances the game because you don't gotta like hit a button to look behind you quick.
It'd be interesting, like flight game where you actually move the controller and you have the screen right there.
Oh yeah, it'd be cool.
So you actually follow the controller, and then maybe on your other
screen,
like
the radar screen.
It's like
the balancing needle and stuff.
Like up on your TV is all that extra stuff, but the main screen actually ends up being your controller.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like I think if developers take a good advantage of the control scheme for this, I'm probably gonna try out a whole bunch more games than I normally would have.
And it'd be like any launch where it'll probably start out pretty weak and then give it about a year or two. And they'll probably have, I bet you there'll be a lot of cool games coming out eventually.
Well, yeah, let me actually look at the launch window here, because I know there's going to be more coming out here in the next few months right after that.
One game I want to talk to you guys about, though. Back in the day, did you guys ever play Mech Warrior?
I wanted to, but, I mean, I guess I wasn't really able to play it or something.
Yeah.
And it's just, I wanted to, and I kind of want to these days, but...
Well, they're remaking Mech Warrior. They're making Mech Warrior Online. Supposedly it's free. It's supposed to come out by the end of the year, and it has like a big online like you pick your faction. Like there's 3 factions, and there's like an online like battle struggle going on. Like where you fight for territories. Like they say it's all free too. And it's nuts.
That reminds me that there was a game, I think it was for the 360, called Chrome Hounds.
Oh yeah.
And like, wasn't that the one with its own huge controller thing?
No, that was a different game. But I know you're talking. You had to buy like the $3,000 like cockpit. You actually like sit in it.
No, not a cockpit. It was just like this big old controller thing where, like, as far as I remember, it had like pedals and whatnot, and it's just like all this extra stuff just for this one.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a mini arcade machine.
But it was like a really cool game.
Yeah, that was something. I don't think it might have been Chrome Hounds. But,
and then there was another game that was coming out somewhat recently. I don't remember what it was called, but it did look like another kind of mech warrior kind of deal. But like all the gameplay things I saw was like in this kind of futuristic-ish ruined city.
Yeah.
And you just have the mechs like flying around and like people coordinating, trying to lead the enemy, and then you got a guy with like a cannon just blasting.
Well, the reason why I bring it up is it's one of those games that's been around forever, has a really long track record, and there's like a lot of... Yeah, I mean, it was out on Windows 95, that's how old the other ones were.
Oh, yeah.
And it's one of those games that kind of switches it up from being just a shooter, you know what I mean? It's a different type of shooter.
Like Armored Core games.
Yeah, well, it's not just like a Call of Duty, it's like something a little different. But I think it's gonna be a really tight game when it comes out.
I liked how you could modify your whole thing.
It's a lot
different
slower.
kinds of legs, guns,
yeah, and you
whatever.
can shoot. You can it's like boxing where if you keep shooting the same leg armor, you create a weak spot, and then you can actually like bust the leg off, and the dude falls over, and you can run in for the kill. Like it's pretty realistic in that sense, and it's like the gameplay itself's a lot slower. Like you got big towering mechs with huge armor and machine guns, and they can only go like 5 miles an hour. But then you can also be a little like a scout mech that can run really fast, has weak weapons, and then you can actually like point out people with your crosshair, and you get points for doing that. It's kind of like the Team Fortress system where you can get assists and teleporter used and all that. So like it's kind of a class-based game in a sense too, where like you can be the guy in the unit in the team scouting out all the enemies and helping your team find the targets easier, or you can be the guy actually shooting the targets and taking them down.
So like, is there like a limit to what you can put on your mech, or could you make a mech that just like can barely move, but he's just sitting back there with some armor, and he has like 6 artillery guns. And he just,
you can do that.
Long range, blows everything away.
And then there's an overheating system too, where you could do that. Like you could have 6 missile pods on him, but one shot with your trigger will overheat your system and make you blow up. So you got to balance that in. And then a cool thing too is if you're in like water shooting, it actually cools down your unit faster. So like that water in maps plays an aspect. Like people will control water areas. So like the big guy can just sit there and snipe people in. Then you can also do like alpha strike moves where all your stuff will fire at once, and then it'll like overheat you for a bit. And you chill out, but.
I think it'd be cool to just build this big old mech with artillery, and then you just have someone point out some dude, and then you're just firing away.
Oh yeah, you can be that guy in the back snipe. That's what's fun about it, man. Like then there's like medium classes, and then you can get like hover boosting, and that's like the little scout guys, and then there's a bunch of different weapons to pick out. It's a really cool game. If it's coming out for free too, it's totally worth checking out on your PC if you have one.
I think I will. I'll have to.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, man. It's completely free. That's what blows me away. You think they could easily charge you $20 for it, easily, if not more.
As long as it ends up being pretty good, because there's quite a few free games I've checked out that they look good at first, but then you actually play it and it ends up being kind of crappy.
Yeah.
It's just they made it look real good and everything, but then you play it and it's terrible.
Yeah, it just wears off. Yeah, I know what you mean. You get those anytime though, but.
Yeah.
Shoot, man, how long have we been talking here? It feels like
we've been going for about an hour, actually.
Wow. Yeah, we just kind of flew by.
Yeah, that's just what happens in these.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Like, I still wanted to kind of bring up, we actually saw a movie the other day. It was pretty cool.
Dredd.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dredd 3D. Dredd 3D is what it is.
What is that movie?
Did you see the old Judge Dredd?
I've heard of it, but I don't
know. It's a remake, essentially, of that in 3D.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and, the original is quite a bit different.
Well, yeah.
It's what, Stallone?
Unfortunately.
Oh, when did it come out? It's old, isn't it?
He makes it great in that movie.
Stallone's not a good actor. I'm sorry.
Dude, hey. See this movie, and you'll think that he was a good actor for that movie.
Nothing will make me think that.
You are prejudiced. Hey. What did you think of Dredd in this movie? In Dredd,
he was pretty good.
What made him good? Like did he just seem like what one of these guys should be? Just kind of emotionless,
summarize
calculating.
I wouldn't say emotionless, but I'd say he seemed like he had a good handle situation the whole time. Like he had confidence in himself, where I could see him reasonably doing this.
He's a believable character.
That's what Stallone is in the original Judge Dredd. Is just like I'd have to say that
it's like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator.
Fits him well.
It's like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator. Come on, I mean, he's made to do that movie.
I mean, it's just like he doesn't have much emotion, but what he has, just fits that role really well.
So wait,
and like not much facial expression.
I guess I'll still hate the Stallone version.
Well, summarize this movie for me. What's it about? I've never seen it before.
Okay, this Dread 3D, because I don't remember the exact plot of the original one.
I'll look it up on IMDb.
Okay, but Dread 3D, it's there's Judge Dredd. He's just this, it's in a futuristic kind of post-apocalyptic
world setting, yeah.
There's this big city full of people, and it's got the low class people in the slums and the shitty buildings.
Pretty much like modern day today.
Right next to the big mega buildings that are nice, are supposed to be nice and whatnot. And in this city, the law is the Hall of Justice, and in there the police force is the judges. They're judge, jury, and executioner all in one. Like
streamlined.
Like they just judge people, as they're doing stuff, and depending on the crime, like the punishment is usually time in ISO cubes, which I guess is just like jail.
Yeah.
But if it's something serious enough, like attempting to harm or kill a judge, it's death, and they just shoot you.
It's like a tyranny,
well, not
world,
really.
Not really, because crime kind of just controls the world right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But the plot, other than that, is there's this Judge Dredd, and he's pretty much like the kind of I guess I'd say legendary figure there, because
I wouldn't say legendary, because most people don't. A lot of people don't have people haven't met him yet, or they just don't really know.
Well, I mean, you can't really tell him just by looking at it, but the other judges that came here, it's like, oh, the fabled Judge Dredd.
Yeah, he has like a name kind of.
Yeah, like he's
like the badass judge.
Yeah, he's the badass. He's been around for a while, or just made a name for himself somehow. And he's supposed to assess this other judge who didn't quite pass her tests, and usually when they go out, they're gonna end up being in some kind of combat situation just because there's so much crime.
Mm-hmm.
So an assessment in the field is probably gonna end in that. But he has to take her out for a day and
show her the ropes.
Pretty much. She's actually psychic.
Yeah, she ends up being psychic, but I wasn't really going to add that because
I
wouldn't consider that part of the plot. I mean,
that is the reason why they have her there in the first place.
Well, the reason why they want to have him assess her, but he pretty much takes this rookie whatever out to assess her. And
it's like Training Day, the movie Training Day, but in like cybernetic future.
She chooses the crime because they just have a list, they choose, they go there, and it's these murders at this tower, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, they go there, and it turns out it's this drug leader boss thing, kind of took control of the whole tower. Kicked out the other. I don't even. The other cartels, I guess I'd say.
Okay.
I can't really think that's the right word.
Is it a movie worth checking out though?
Yeah.
What would you rate it? Like Ebert and Roper, 2 thumbs up, 2 thumbs down, or?
I'd say go see it because the special effects were great.
Was it 3D?
You probably
effects?
didn't care about 3D.
I don't like 3D.
I liked it.
Was it executed good? I mean, I know there's some 3D movies.
It was executed good.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm just biasing against 3D in general.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been to like 2 of them. And like one of them was with an old girlfriend. It was like this cartoon kid movie.
The way I look at it is that if the feature of the movie prevents certain people from being able to watch it, then it's probably not worth it. Because if you're like colorblind, for example, you can't see a 3D movie.
But if you're colorblind, you're also not going to really get much effect out of a normal movie.
You can still watch a normal movie.
It'd just be like watching Old Yeller back in the day on TV, man. It's all black and white. Andy Griffith shit.
But it looks fine. And I wear glasses, so but even that 3D glasses go over it, which is nice.
So like from 1 to 10, 1 being the worst piece of crap you've ever seen, 10 being the most amazing movie ever. What would you give it?
I kind of want to split it up into categories.
I give it a 5 or 6.
Just an overall summary. Like tell me now. You know what I mean? Just sum it up. Like
7 to 8.
It's like a C, like C plus, B minus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean it's not the best, but
I'd say it's a competent action film, but it doesn't really do anything that other films haven't done better.
Yeah, it's not like The Silence of the Lambs or anything. Like it's
No, but I mean
you never even seen The Silence of the Lambs. You can't answer that question.
I think I've seen part of it. I don't really care though.
Yeah,
or Forrest Gump. I mean, Forrest Gump's a good movie too. You gotta. It's one of those movies you can watch over and over again, but you see details every time you miss.
Like it, it's good, looks great. The plot's all right.
Good science fiction movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much an action movie.
Yeah.
Like the original Judge Dredd, the story was better, but this one does look a lot better.
I gotcha.
And
Seems like a lot of movies have been taking that route.
Well, one of the things they did was there's this drug in there called slow-mo. It does exactly what would think. People take it and their brain experiences
it's like cocaine.
time.
It speeds you up.
No. Like they experience time at like a fraction of the normal rate, like 1%.
Oh, really?
In like right in the beginning of the movie, which is kind of where I noticed the 3D a lot, is the mob boss actually. She takes it and like she's in a bathtub and she lifts her arm, but it's all in slow mo. So you see the water and it's tinkling in the light. And
it's like you can see every
it's
drop.
just like off her arm, and it looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you're just watching this part, and there are a few times when the slow mo kind of happens maybe a little too often.
Like you're in that one scene they got breasts into the one room and everyone's just there.
That was I'll get to that in a second. But I mean, it might happen a little too often, but it's still pretty cool to see. And
like at first you're just like whoa, and then like the second time you're like, oh, that's cool, and the third time you're like, all right,
we get the idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
That mixed with the 3D was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and like the way they did this movie, because it's in a giant tower, so like every time they look up or down, you can notice really well that it kind of looks further away and whatnot.
Oh, cool! Like the depth perception of it.
But what you said about that one scene, and that this doesn't really ruin much, I'd have to say.
It ruins the whole thing. You're ruining the whole movie.
No, it ties into the whole movie, but I'm not going to mention
totally
that part.
Ruined it for everybody, man.
There's a black guy.
You ruined it.
Okay,
just ruined everything.
Well, like right before the judges are about to bust in this room, one of the guys, or like these two guys, take a hit of slow-mo or whatever. But then they bust in, and they see these people, and anyone who has a gun, they just shoot, because that's what you're gonna do if you're doing a drug bust.
Yeah. It's like, what is slow-mo, like marijuana, or is it like...
It's in like an inhaler kind of
spoon?
thing. like it's an inhaler kind of, so I think it's just, pretty much just an
it's like an
inhaler thing. But yeah, this scene is just gruesome, because they go in, they're shooting these people, but it's in slow-mo, so, you can kind of see the bullets go and whatever. But for some reason, like, every shot goes through someone's face.
There was a few that went, like, into someone's stomach. You just see the whole thing rippling.
Yeah. Like, that was pretty cool, because there was, like, a bomb that they, or, like, a charge they used to blow open the door. And, it going off in, real slow-mo. Looked cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But there was a guy behind the door, and you just see, like, his stomach kind of compress and, like, ripple as he, starts to get picked up and flung away. And, it's pretty cool how they do that.
So basically it's like a whole drug bust in slow motion, pretty much.
Yeah, but like, they do that, and they're shooting people, and, bullets go through, like, people's faces. There was only one that I thought was really gruesome, and, like, he gets shot in the right cheek, and, you're like, okay, and then it comes out the left, and his cheek kind of, like, splays open, you can, like, kind of see the teeth inside, and it's just like, damn.
Yeah.
That is gruesome.
That's rough, yeah. Bring your children to this one, they're going to love it.
Yeah. I mean, like...
It's going to be the best kids movie of the year.
And the kid's like, ah!
It's gonna be way better than that movie.
Mommy, what's going on?
I think it's this week. It's Wreck-It Ralph. It's gonna be totally better than that movie. Take your kids to see Judge Dredd.
Well, I mean, Judge Dredd for an action movie is gonna be a hell of a lot better than Wreck-It Ralph.
I don't know. Wreck-It Ralph looks pretty good,
but not for an action movie.
But we don't know.
What's Wreck-It Ralph?
It's a video game movie. It's kind of like Toy Story.
By Disney, isn't it?
Okay. Oh yeah, I saw that.
Disney, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty much there's this video game character, Wreck-It Ralph. And you know the game. He's the villain. He's like, I'm gonna wreck it, and then he starts to beat up a building, and then there's some dude. I'm just calling him Bob. I'm Bob the Builder.
That's copyright. No, call him Mr. Fix It.
Bob the Builder. He's the main guy, and you just go climb the building, fix it, and you wreck it, and bam. That's the end of the game.
Well, Ralph is not happy with his life being the bad guy, and he wants something different for himself.
So
it's like video game.
He leaves his own game and goes to
other games,
like this whole video game.
He goes to Heroes Duty, which is just Halo mixed with Call of Duty.
Heroes of Duty.
Yeah.
There's that. It's just like this whole thing, and you see various video game characters.
There's a lot of throwbacks and stuff.
There's a
cameo of Dr. Robotnik, Bowser, Zangief is in there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, a bunch of other characters.
It's like a whole AA meeting in a
It-
way.
it's-
Like how it's
It's
structured.
Villains Anonymous.
Yeah, and you know
Alcoholics
they just
Anonymous
talk
for
about their
video
stuff,
games.
and then Ralph is like,
I don't want to be a bad guy anymore. They all just start freaking
They're
out.
like, "Wah!" And you know, then he just travels through various games, and
That sounds kind of interesting, actually. If you're a video game fan, yeah, I might check that out.
It's a really cool
'Cause,
cover.
you know-
I think it's this week. I'm actually gonna double check right now.
Disney
so-
actually makes some pretty solid movies
they
sometimes.
they do. I mean, like I don't know about the regular movies, except for like Pirates, of course. That was
Yeah.
Let's see. Opening this week.
You're like, enough said, yeah.
But you know, like all their animated,
I
well,
think
at
we said
least
that.
the
Their Pixar movies are actually pretty good.
yeah, Pixar.
I
and,
dated
like,
a girl
well,
for a while who's really into Disney, like could go intern for him, and she actually would intelligently tell me like, hey, they actually make really good movies for kids that actually adults can relate to as well. There's like actually a deeper subtext of what's going on for the adults. It's kind of like when you watch the Rugrats when you're little, you know, like Lipschitz baby formula. Like you get it now when you're older. You're like, Lipschitz is the name, you know, and I don't know. It's just, I guess, I mean, we watched WALL-E, and she kind of guide me like through the whole story and everything, like tell me that all the little things going on. It was pretty.
WALL-E was a great movie. It's like all their you know animated movies, like not the cartoons I'd say, but like that and DreamWorks. It's like all their movies are just great, and you know most people wouldn't think it's like, oh, it's cartoon or whatever.
It's like
but,
top-notch technology too.
Yeah, and I mean
Yeah.
they look great, even if it's not, you know, like live action. It's
Yeah.
just,
It almost
even-
looks live
Even
action.
for looking cartoony, they still look like some of the best cartoons in the damn world. So.
yeah.
Or like back in the day when they do the hand sketch cartoons, like Snow White and stuff. It's pretty. It's like that art style is like a style of its own. When you really look at it, like that's you can tell just by watching like that old movie Disney made it, just by the way they did it. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim was right. It's not October. Wreck-It Ralph comes out in November. Now I'm sad.
That does kind of suck.
But this week, for those who are interested, we get Taken 2, Taken again, Frankenweenie, the return of Tim Burton.
Frankenweenie looks kind of.
You know, I gotta say it's funny. Taken 2 is gonna come out. I haven't even seen Taken.
We
Yeah.
are gonna make you watch Taken tomorrow or Saturday, and you will enjoy it.
That's got who's the head?
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, Liam Neeson. My buddy told me to watch the movie, but I never watched it either.
Oh man.
I'm not much of a movie buff. I just get antsy sitting down for 2 hours watching. I don't know.
Like me, I'd be fine watching movies, but you know, sometimes you might be in a mood, and you know, like some movies don't sound cool, but you know, maybe you just want to watch people beat the crap out of each
I always
other.
like waiting for those like really crazy movies coming out, like Fantastic Mr. Fox. You guys ever heard of that movie?
I heard of it.
I've heard of it.
It's like
yeah.
they used old. It came out like within the last.
Didn't they use a stop motion?
Yeah, it came out within the last 5 years, but they used like old ancient stop motion technology to make it.
Just
so.
like Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Let's see. You have Pitch Perfect comes out this week as well.
What movie was it? Like it was a little girl, buttons for eyes and whatnot.
I don't know.
I know what you're talking
And
about.
there's that movie with the guy who's like in love with the mannequin doll, and he like takes it everywhere. You guys
No.
ever seen that movie?
I think I know what you're talking about. Do you know anything more about it? Because I can't remember off the top of my head.
There was something with like her mom and something, but she went through like a little door, and she was like in some kind of alternate universe thing, and you know, like the family was great and everything, but they wanted her to stay and stuff.
Oh, it's like it was based off like popular books, wasn't it? With the lion. What is that movie? It has a lion in it, and then he's like they say he's like Jesus Christ or something.
Narnia?
Yeah,
No,
Chronicles
that
of
is
Narnia.
completely different.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
going to say, that doesn't sound like the same thing.
Oh, okay. Well,
But-
like they go through the door. That's why I was like, oh.
I think I know what you're talking about, but
It might have been called like Catherine or something like that, or Carolyn.
Caroline, okay.
Yeah, Caroline, that was it.
Oh yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they use the same kind of technology. But what's really crazy about that is, you know, like it's little, you know, dolls and mannequins and whatnot. All the clothing they wore was hand stitched.
Oh really?
Every piece, even stuff you don't see, like undergarments, socks.
Oh
yes,
wow.
This one lady made all of their clothing
Really?
for the whole movie. Every piece of clothing
That's
she
cool.
made it by hand.
I saw a really. No, go ahead, man. You're good.
I was going to say, that reminds me of these video game textures. Like for Smash Bros., we've been messing with the textures in that game a little bit. And apparently they actually textured the naked models of like Samus and Peach underneath all the costumes. And I just thought, that's really weird how the developers would go that far to
But
make that.
it does kind of make sense because, you know, you kind of have to start with the basic stuff. I mean, some artists do that where, you know, they know the finished character is going to have whatever and clothes on, But they still start with, like, they start and actually make
the
them
birthday
naked.
suit and go from there.
Yeah, and then they add on clothing just because.
You got the whole like physics and the proportions.
Yeah,
and
yeah. Then you know what the form looks like, and then you can make the clothing fit around that.
That is
I
funny.
know. I'm saying with all the detail they put into that texture you never see. It's like I wonder why they go that far.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, just to make the finished product look that much better.
Just one of those little details,
Like,
I guess. But yeah, that is
Lord
kind
of
of
the
funny because then
Rings.
there's so
Especially
many
for
people
a
on
kids
there.
game, if anything.
Yeah, there's so many people on there like making mods to get down to just show that texture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There are so many.
I think there's at least 10 different birthday suit Samuses out there.
And Zeldas and Peaches.
That's funny.
And there's at least 3 birthday suit Snakes. I have no idea why Solid Snake is on there.
Well, dude, chicks playing the game. Maybe they want to see some
Yeah,
gaming bits.
you can't be discriminating here, man.
Yeah, man. What are you, a chauvinist?
No, I just don't want to see Snake.
Chicks are
is
perverts
all.
too. Chicks are perverts too.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to see Solid Snake.
It's funny. When they're more perverts than guys.
They are most of the time they are, man.
Yeah, it's just you wouldn't really think
It's just
so.
more acceptable for them to be because guys,
It's more so because they don't really come out, and you don't see them just checking out a dude's ass. They're not like, damn. Whereas a guy will be like, damn.
Yeah. Well, I was reading a book too where women actually have a wider peripheral vision than guys, so they're able
Those
to.
cheaters.
Yeah, exactly.
They're able to check out.
They're able to check you out without actually looking at you. Where guys have to like physically move their head to look at you. So like it's more obvious when a guy looks at you because they're actually moving their head, but a girl can be like looking at you. It's like fly eyes, you know what I mean? They can see like down here and up here a little better.
So it's like they're looking at your face, but they're checking out your crotch.
Oh yeah. It's like a primal thing everyone does. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're checking out the primal ways to like rebirth and the primal way, like the features that, like a guy that has more physical features of a guy, a woman's gonna notice more primally quicker than if they didn't. Like if they like broad shoulders, thin waist, I guess they look at tight butts. I don't know, but different features.
Of course, that's why I see. I forgot what movie it was. No, it was.
Was it Coraline again?
No, Faces in the Crowd. I just watched recently, and the main chick and her two girlfriends. They go to a club and. They just be rating guys in the club. Just based on their asses.
Yeah, anything you tell that woman too, if you're like dating them. All her friends know about it too. Just know that they all talk, man. They talk more than guys do.
And it's just they're just checking out dudes' asses the whole time. And it's like, huh? I mean, guys do the same thing. They're like, damn, look at her tits, or look at that ass. Or
but we'll just be like, yeah, it is pretty nice. Hey, anyway, did you watch the football game yesterday?
Yeah, but chicks are like, that ass. He's looking at me, which I do. I'm gonna go talk to him, or I'm just gonna sit here, let him come to me.
Yeah,
guys
exactly.
are like, damn, she's fine. What's on TV?
Yeah. Or should I go talk to her? Shouldn't I go talk to her? They sit there and debate about it.
It's like, should I go talk to her? And the buddy's like, nah, man. It's like, alright.
I could go there and talk to her, but
I'd rather just go drink beer and smoke cigarettes.
Well, it's more comfortable just sitting in this chair.
Yeah. That's funny.
It's like, guys, just could go talk to her, but I'm damn comfy. It's like the whole thing where girls always, dress up and stuff, and guys, they're just kind of, this is comfortable. I'll wear it.
Yeah, some guys actually dress up too, but it's like sometimes it's over the top. It's
They
like,
go the extra mile to impress people for some reason.
Yeah, they think like your clothes. It's actually your personality that's most important. You got to be a cool guy to talk to. So.
Like,
So
I'd rather wear
that's why I'm
comfortable
single.
stuff, but I'm not gonna wear comfortable stuff that looks like crap.
Yeah, I mean, I'm single and I love it too, though, man. I love playing the
It's
field.
just the guy who goes out there with like pants that have holes all over them.
You got the
my
Ford
pants
pajama pants on right now. I love that.
But I'm not outside. I do wear one pair of pants outside that have a giant hole in the knee, but they're the most comfortable pair of pants I have.
Yeah.
Oh, so if they're the most comfortable pair, then it's okay to be a
well, like unless your bits are hanging out, then you definitely shouldn't wear that.
Then you look like a pervert. You're on the sex offender list. You can't live next to schools.
Yeah. Then there's actually no reason for you even to wear them, because if your bits are hanging out, what use are the pants?
Yeah, exactly.
They keep my legs.
That's
warm.
half the surprise for a lady too. Like to meet a guy, what's this guy packing down there? Then it's like poof up in the present. You know what I mean? Build up the anticipation for it. They love it.
Maybe I need some pajama pants with like presents on them.
I like how he went from talking about video games to movies to getting women and sexual attraction. That's funny.
Oh man.
We're going up his whole, opening up. There's a present there. You should try to dress up with like a little tuxedo, give it a little hat down.
Give it a mustache.
Just what's he packing down there? It's like a whole nother person.
It's like a freaking Wolverine down
He's
there.
got he's wearing a suit. He's got another suit.
You gotta look all fancy down there.
That's funny, man. Yeah, we've been going for a minute now, man. How long's it been?
We're nearing 1 hour and a half. Probably should start wrapping up.
Cool.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I'll try to make it when I can, man. So.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're happy to have you here. I mean,
Yeah, thank you.
Do you know Jordan Demers?
I don't.
Oh, he works in wine and spirits. I was actually talking to him on the bus earlier, and he actually sounds like he wants to listen to it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it's cool.
Where are you guys posting this out of? Where can
we are posting links to download it on Facebook and on our YouTube page, and of course on YouTube you can watch the video version of it.
And what's the URL?
Go to E-Vac Station on YouTube. You can just search us all one word, E-Vac Station.
That's EVAC Station?
Yep.
Okay.
And you can do the same thing on Facebook, and you'll probably find us there as well. We are going to be putting up some new projects here pretty soon. I do know the one that I'm looking forward to starting here is called Game On. For those who don't know what that is, it's pretty much going to be a series where most of us here in the group will start playing video games. It'll be competitive based, and the winner of the game that we play, it'll be different every week, hopefully, will be considered the champion of the week. And that's kind of the title they get in. If they want to defend it, they got to come back the following week. If not, then they're probably going to lose.
They forfeit, huh?
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. I'll check that out too.
Yeah. And well, I mean, of course, we're also going to try to have some Let's Plays eventually.
Well, that's kind of what the Game On thing is a Let's Play, but competitive based.
Yeah, but then we'll also probably just have other games like 2006.
Yeah, dude.
Walk it off.
Let it play out. Get some video game reviews going on here. Just keep adding ideas and work with ideas with people. More people you have in here, the more ideas you have.
I was going to say, one thing I want to introduce this week, unfortunately, none of the other guys are here to be part of it, so, they'll find out later. But the idea I had was, over the course of the next month or two, I'm probably going to expand to 2 now since no one else is here, but anyone who is part of the podcast, including you, I guess, now, and anyone else who wants to kind of partake in it, I wanted to try to get more content on the site, on the YouTube channel, all that stuff. And unfortunately, I'm only one guy. I can only edit so much and film so much with school and work going on. But if anyone else has any ideas for projects that they want to try to spearhead, we'd be happy to host it on our site. If we actually get more people coming in to watch that stuff, and if we get advertisers for it, you will definitely get a cut of the pay for it.
Cool.
So
if we get pay.
Well, if we get advertisers, we will get paid.
Yeah.
But we can't get advertisers without content, so if we get more content, we can solve that problem.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool, yeah. See who hops in. I got a few ideas. If I make it back here a few more times, we'll start developing them a little more. So.
Yeah, if you want to do writing stuff, you want to do video, audio, whatever you want to do, it's cool with me.
Yeah, because I love reviewing games. Like, I love playing a game and reviewing it. So.
Yep, and if you need the tech, we got the HD PVR to record games. We got this to record audio. We have editing software we can load to you. I was
going to say, too, the other guy I do the radio show with, they post their thing live on Google+. Have you seen the video chat on that?
I've seen that, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You get 10 people total in a room, like, that can actually sit in and, like, chat and watch. And then you can also just post it public so people can just watch it. So he'll do, like, his tech show on Google+, like, live webcam, like, you can see him talking into the microphone, like me, him, and the other guy that's running the board. And then you can also just watch, like, a YouTube channel. So you guys should look into that, too, if you want to start getting video involved. It's actually pretty solid. Because we were doing it, like, Stick AM for a while. It actually has a really good interface and things like that. And then, like, in between, because you do 2 15-minute, or you do 2 half-hour blocks, and then in between we kind of just take a break and talk, like, what's the next topic. In between, we'll turn our mics on and have the people on Google Plus chatting with us, like, talking dirty sometimes and whatever, like, stuff you wouldn't say on the air.
Right.
So they're kind of, like, interacting with you and stuff. That'd be cool if you can integrate that more down the road.
It was a slow process. I mean, we're going to slowly start...
Like I said, this is episode 4, so... Yeah.
And then, anytime someone has any options, opinions, whatever, then... they can go ahead and tell us.
Yeah.
We'll probably look through them, and if they're retarded, we might say so.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, cause sometimes you'll get like a guy on there just posting sentences like looking for hot chicks, just like creeper dudes. And stuff,
maybe we'll say like, all right, this dude he's a bit of a creeper, but he's looking for hot chicks.
Yeah, you can go with that.
If you're willing to, maybe talk to a creeper who might, be a rapist.
Like, what's your phone number, guy?
I will say this though, if we do get advertisers at some point and we do get some sponsorship going, the podcast will then eventually be a paid part of the site. Where if you are on a podcast, you will get paid for a little bit of it. But to make your own content would actually, add more to you. So, I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
You'll obviously get paid for your own
You guys are doing a good
content,
job right now. I just started out free, friends and group people who want to come
Well,
in.
yeah, I mean,
you never know what you're going to pick up. You might find you'll find a piece of gold in the dirt every once in a while and just have, like, that's the thing, we got a really riveting discussion going there for an hour and a half. It just flew by.
I gotta admit, it was pretty solid.
Yeah.
And now, we're still recording, aren't we?
We still are recording because I haven't had a chance to wrap it up yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, who knows how much of this we can leave in? People can just listen to it.
I'm pretty sure I'll leave most of it in just because I think some of it's going to be a little fascinating.
I kind of like...
I just come off as super arrogant.
I kind of like the idea of, just kind of leaving it raw. Just people listen to it and we just have whatever. And
in one take, yeah.
Yeah, and they just, hear it.
Yeah.
I will modify a little bit to, reduce echo and background noise.
Well, I mean,
cut out,
that's all right.
Cut out the swear words down the road, too, actually. I know I accidentally said the F word. He said...
Well, so some of them maybe.
Yeah.
For now it's the internet. I mean, we'll just do whatever, and then once we actually get sponsored, if they have anything against it, it's like, okay. Well,
or if people listening to this think that we should tone it down or just not have them, then we might do that.
Yeah, it sounds cleaner. It sounds so.
Yeah.
We can't talk about anal fisting back here.
Jesus, man.
We're to find child pornography.
All right. Well, thanks for listening today, guys, and please subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, share us, whatever.
And what were the links again, man? I forgot.
Go to E-Vac Station on YouTube. You can just search us all one word, E-Vac Station.
That's E-V-A-C Station? Yep. Okay.
And you can do the same thing on Facebook, and you'll probably find us there as well.
Hopefully find us.
Yeah, hoping to streamline it, too, down the road.
Yeah, we will eventually get it streamlined. And I think we actually have a blogger page, too,
cool.
which is also the same, evacStation.blogger, blogger.evacstation.
Okay. And, of course, we'll have the links in the description, of course.
Yeah, we will have links in the description. We'll have links on the pages. We'll have links everywhere.
Well, this is every Thursday evening, tonight,
Yep.
depending.
We record every Thursday and come back to put it up every Saturday.
Yeah, what time on Saturdays?
Depends on the process of the uploading, because I've had issues before where it just does not want to upload quickly. But I'm aiming for mid-afternoon upload.
So between 1 and 4 p.m.?
Between 1 and 4 p.m. is the general time, and once I have a system down that works flawlessly, it'll be more consistent.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if I'm in, I'll totally tune into this. It's pretty fun. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that said, thanks for having me on, guys. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. No problem. You can join whenever you want.
Yeah, I'll try to make it next week, so another later show. I mean, I work till 9, so...
Yeah, well, if
I got off at 8 tonight, but it's 8 to 9. I never know.
Yeah.
Well, if it happens again like the first time, we might have a couple recordings.
Cool.
Because we started and then we finished one, and Chris arrived, and then we did another with him.
Okay.
And worst case scenario is if you miss the early recording of the podcast, we'll have the game on thing going right afterwards. Okay. So hopefully we can jump in on that.
Oh yeah, at least hop into some. Yeah, I'm in, guys, for sure. This is a lot of fun. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you're
keep it going. Man. Yeah, keep it going.
Again, thanks for listening, guys.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Yep.